The Gilas Youth Brigade, a new ERA Rises TO challenge the Boomers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today, we are dissecting one of the most pivotal moments in the recent history of Philippine basketball. The headline is bold, the stakes are incredibly high, and the narrative is shifting right before our eyes. We're talking about the Gilas Pilipinas Youth Brigade, a collection of towering height, elite skill, and newfound international confidence that is now officially reporting for duty. For years, the question has always been about size and sustainability. But look at the roster today. We aren't just seeing potential. We are seeing a materialized long-term plan, ready to clash with the absolute titans of the region. The target? The Australian Boomers. This isn't just another game in the FIBA Asia Qualifiers. This is the ultimate litmus test for a squad built on the pillars of youth, length, and versatility. We are looking at a lineup featuring the defensive terror of A.J. Edu, the bruising utility of Quinton Milora-Brown, the steady veteran savvy of Dwight Ramos, and the dynamic modern forward play of Kevin Kiambao and Carl Tamayo. This is a team designed not just to compete, but to conquer the rim, control the pace, and stand their ground in hostile environments. The days of being intimidated by international size are over. The Gilas Youth Brigade is ready. They are looking forward, and they are hungry to prove that they belong at the peak of Asian basketball. Buckle up, because we're going deep into the scouting reports, the player profiles, and the strategic blueprint that could redefine the region's power balance. Let's dive in the philosophy of the Youth Brigade. To understand why this upcoming clash with Australia is so significant, we first have to understand the architectural shift within the Gilas Pilipinas program. We are witnessing the full activation of the Youth Brigade. This is a term that gets thrown around loosely in sports, often referring to raw and proven talent. But in the context of this current Gilas roster, it means something entirely different. It represents a strategic convergence of youth, height, and arguably most importantly, rich international experience at a very young age. The coaching staff and the program directors have played the long game. They haven't just assembled a team of all-stars. They have curated a specific rotation of players who complement each other's physical profiles. The input data we're looking at today emphasizes a combination of factors: youth height, skill, and confidence. These aren't mutually exclusive anymore. In the past, you might have had height but lacked the skill, or had the skill but gave up too many inches in the paint. That gap is closed. This brigade is built to answer the modern demands of FIBA basketball, which prioritizes length switchability and rim protection. When we talk about peak performance, we are talking about catching these players as they transition from collegiate standouts to legitimate international pros. The chemistry we are seeing is not accidental. It is a result of exposure to high-pressure situations, from university leagues to Asian imports, and now to the senior national team, the Towers of Defense, A.J. Edu and Quinton Milora-Brown. Let's break down the personnel, starting with the front court, because this is where the battle against a team like Australia is usually won or lost. The Australians are known for their physicality and their towering big height. Historically, this is where Gilas has struggled. But enter A.J. Edu. The reports are highlighting A.J. Edu as the anchor of this defense, and for good reason. His presence changes the geometry of the court. We are talking about elite rim presence and shot-blocking ability. In international play, the value of a true rim protector cannot be overstated. Edu brings an interior physicality that allows the perimeter defenders to stay home on shooters, knowing that if their man drives, they are walking into a wall. This is a critical component of the critical defensa mentioned in our reports. Edu isn't just tall, he is mobile, he is disciplined, and he provides a safety valve for the entire defensive scheme. Pair him with the recent addition of Quinton Milora-Brown, and you have a front-court rotation that is relentless. Milora-Brown is described as bringing utility and rebounding threat. Every successful team needs a player who does the dirty work, the box-outs, the screen setting, the hustle plays that don't always show up in a highlight reel, but are visible in the plus-minus column. His well-rounded playing style complements EDU's verticality. Against Australia, who thrive on second-chance points and inside advantage, having a body like Milora-Brown's to secure the defensive glass is paramount. This combination of Edu and Milora-Brown gives Gilas a line height with rim protection that we haven't consistently seen in previous iterations of the team. the modern forwards, Kevin Kiambao and Carl Tamayo. Moving to the forward spots, we see the evolution of the Filipino player in Kevin Kiambao and Carl Tamayo. These two are the epitome of versatility. Kevin Kiambao is a versatile forward who brings a unique skill set of scoring, rebounding, and playmaking. In the modern game, having a forward who can facilitate the offense is a luxury. Kiambao acts as a connecting piece, capable of grabbing a rebound and pushing the break himself, or operating a half-court as a secondary creator. His experience in leagues abroad and his exposure to different styles of play have accelerated his maturity. He is comfortable with the ball in his hands, which takes enormous pressure off the guards. Then you have Carl Tamayo, the stretch big. The international game is all about spacing. If you can pull the opposing team's rim protector out of the paint, you open up driving lanes for your guards. Tamayo provides that rebounding threat, combined with the ability to pop out and hit the perimeter shot. This well-rounded playing style forces defenses to make difficult choices. Do they stay attached to Tamayo and leave the lane open, or do they collapse and risk giving up a three against a disciplined Australian defense? You need players who can create these dilemmas. Tamayo's international experience means he won't be rattled by the physicality or the speed of the Boomers. The stabilizing force, Dwight Ramos. In the backcourt, leading this youth brigade is Dwight Ramos. It feels strange to call a young man a veteran, but in this context, he is the seasoned international guard. Ramos is the heartbeat of this team. He brings wing perimeter shooting and playmaking, but more than that, he brings stability. When the game gets chaotic, when the crowd is hostile, or when Australia goes on a run, you need a player who can calm the storm. Ramos is that player. His rich international experience allows him to read the game at a high level. He creates shots for himself and others, and his size at the guard position allows him to switch defensively, contributing to the defensive versatility the coaching staff desires. He is the bridge between the coaching staff strategy and the execution on the floor. The Australia test, scouting and game planning. Now, let's look at the opposition. Australia, the regional powerhouse. The reports are clear. They bring plus skill, plus experience. They are the benchmark for Asian basketball. Facing them is never just about talent. It is about mental fortitude and execution. The scouting and game planning for this matchup is heavily focused on neutralizing Australia's traditional advantages. The Boomers are known for their inside advantage, their shot selection, and their defensive pressure. They will try to suffocate the Gilas offense and pound the ball inside. This is where the youth brigade strategy comes into play. The goal is to match their physicality and rebounding by deploying a lineup with significant length, using Edu and Milor-Brown to anchor the paint and big wings like Ramos, Kiambao, and Tamayo to clutter the passing lanes. Gilas aims to disrupt the Australian rhythm. The wings-at-back strategy suggests a switch-heavy defense that prevents Australia from finding easy mismatches. The key here is patience. The reports mention being patient and handling high-pressure situations. In the past, Gilas teams have sometimes been guilty of rushing or crumbling under the intense full-court press that Australia often employs. This group, however, has been forged in tune-up games and international competitions specifically to handle this heat. They have maturity now. They have the depth, the intangibles, confidence, and chemistry. Beyond the X's and O's, there's a palpable sense of confidence within this group. They aren't going into this game hoping to keep it close. They are going in with a mindset to compete for a win. This youthful energy is infectious. It drives the team chemistry. We are seeing a group that has grown up together in the basketball sense. They have shared the court in various youth tournaments, university battles, and now the senior team. This exposure to one another creates a bond that is essential when you are playing in a hostile environment or facing a deficit. They trust each other. They know where their teammates are going to be. The long-term plan mentioned in the news segments is coming to fruition. This isn't a patchwork roster thrown together at the last minute. This is a program. It's a system designed to produce consistent results. The window for qualification is the immediate goal, but the broader vision is sustained excellence on the international stage. Conclusion, ready for war. So, as we look toward this massive clash in the FIBA Asia qualifiers, the narrative is clear. The Gilas Brigade is ready. They have the height, they have the skill, they have the rim protection, the shooting, and the playmaking. A.J. Edu is ready to patrol the paint. Quentin Millora-Brown is ready to battle on the boards. Dwight Ramos is ready to lead. Kevin Kiambao and Carl Tamayo are ready to create. The pieces are in place. Australia will always be a formidable opponent. They are disciplined, talented, and experienced. But for the first time in a long time, it feels like the Philippines is bringing a squad that matches up physically and philosophically with the giants of the region. The Youth Brigade is no longer just a concept of the future. It is the reality of the present. They are moving forward, as the title suggests. No looking back, no hesitation, just pure, unadulterated competition at the highest level. The upcoming window is not just a qualifier, it is a statement game. And the world will be watching to see if this young, towering, skilled Filipino squad can finally topple the kings of Asia. From the scouting reports to the hardwood, the preparation is done. Now, it's time to play. For more deep dive analysis on the FIBA Asia qualifiers and comprehensive breakdowns of the Gilas Pilipinas roster, make sure you stay tuned to this channel. This story is just beginning.